Hello and welcome to a Mk4 Supra update. So it's been a while since I've actually filmed anything to do with the Supra. I believe it's been probably end of last year. Quite a bit of work has been done, and quite honestly, the car's probably pretty much ready to be mapped. All the stuff under the bonnet is done. Oops. All the stuff under the bonnet is done. All the intercooler pipes, all the cooling, and there's actually coolant in there if I remember correctly. Yep, that's full. I'll sort it later. I have redone the downpipe. I did notice that it wasn't sealing correctly on this flange. Unfortunately, I don't have enough space to put a flexi pipe in there on the wastegate. Probably should have gone further closer to the engine with the downpipe, and then maybe I would have had enough space. If it causes me any problems, I will redo it. Another thing I wanted to show is my downpipe. It doesn't look, not even downpipe, mid-pipe. It doesn't look pretty, but it's got a V-band. I had to extend it here, and I've added this bracket, and that's me TIG welding for the first time. Well, when I say first time, I have practiced quite a bit. Some of the welds are better than the others, but part of the process, just learning. And you can see that's my old welds with TIG welder, and then this is the TIG. So a little bit better, but definitely loads to learn. I've also got a V-band on there, and then I've got a V-band on there as well. So the full exhaust, apart from the back box, is on V-bands, and I thought it was just me not being able to fit this exhaust right, but I have found that TJ Hunt has got the same exhaust on his Supra, so it's HKS carbon cadback, and the fitment is just shocking on the back. There's like probably a good 2, maybe 3 inch gap between the bumper cutout and the top of the back box, and that just wasn't cutting it. So I have spent quite a while just trying to adjust it and get it to sit where it needs to sit, essentially. And that's one of the reasons I went for V-bands, and it's just a lot easier and quicker to remove stuff, adjust it, and put it in place. And also, adjustment is part of the reason I put the bracket. So this bracket, it bolts to the gearbox mount. So it's yeah, the exhaust is in good spot now, essentially. And before I say anything, there's a flexi pipe or flexi section in the downpipe as well. So it's not just hard mounted. The back is, but the front obviously isn't. The interior is a bit dusty, but it's all complete apart from obviously the button blanks and the radio, but probably don't need that initially. I'm not sure if I've shown these seats. I had the black and red seats before. These are not as clean as I want them to be, but I did buy it just for the buckle, and these are actually, I would say these are actually cleaner, but more worn than my old set. So I'm just going to go with these for now, and then I'll probably look again some nice bucket seats when the car's more ready than this. Wiring wise, it's all done, and the only thing that I'm short on is actually the speed adapter. So I have fitted an ABS hub, again something that I've not shown, and I need an adapter to convert the signal to the one that LinkyCU likes. So I've left it with my dad about 6 months ago and still hasn't soldered the chip for me. So that's kind of an issue. I'm going to chase him up again on this and try to get the converter done, so that would literally be the last electrical thing. The layout of the layout here has been bugging me for a while. I'm not 100% happy with how this is routed, and I suppose I could get a longer hose, put this into a 90 and maybe mount it to here, although there's just a lot of other stuff here. So what I was thinking of doing is actually making a plate from like here to here, basically making a box, and then I'd be able to mount the fuel pressure regulator onto here, probably redo this and hide the connection inside, and probably be able just to tidy it up a bit more, and potentially even run this inside of the box with a nice cover, get it powder coated, and maybe do it that way, or just leave it as is and then redo it later on. I don't know. I am at a stage though where I've spoken with a few people, and basically the card needs mapping. We know that because obviously it's just a startup map, and there's loads of stuff needs setting up. It's never been on the road with this setup, and obviously, yeah, it's a brand new ECU essentially. So it needs mapping, and I know that I've got some GT pistons to go in. So as we know, GE motor can probably, let's call it 400 horsepower, but that's kind of the limit. I've got some GT pistons to go in. I've got a GT head gasket as well. Probably would get AP studs. And the question basically is, do I get it mapped now with as it is, low boost, as conservative as it can be, and then take the engine out in 6 months' time, strip the engine bay, the paint, and then respray the engine bay area, get the engine rebuilt, and get it mapped again? It doesn't seem to make sense. So what I'm leaning towards is literally, as everything is done, all the fabrication is done, pull the engine out, get it sent off to get rebuilt. Well, the bottom end would get rebuilt. Top end, I would just leave it as is. I do have some GT covers, which I can show, I think. Shiny. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking at the moment, is get the S13 in here, start working on that, get it done in like 2 months' time, because literally all it needs, I'm not going to do any fabrication on it. I'm not going to run aftermarket ECU or any shit like that. Literally the plan is, get the S13 in here, weld up the stuff that needs welding, sand it all down, sand the bodywork down, prime it in here. I'll have to cover everything in here so that I don't just have overspray everywhere. Not a big problem. Paint it. I think I can do it in 2 months' time. There's not much welding to do. Probably can get it done in a weekend and then start the bodywork stuff. Meantime, the Supra can go outside. I can pull the engine out pretty easily. Get this 13 painted, new brake lines, maybe a bit of like a mild underside restoration, and get it MOT'd, enjoy it for a month or two and sell it on. And then once that is done and drivable, I can either keep it outside and whatever, and I can put the Supra back in here, do the engine bay. The engine would probably be back by the time that the S13 is done. And then once the engine bay is painted, engine can go in, and then I can choose between just MOT in it if it's not like September, October time, and I'll be able to enjoy it for a month or two while the weather's decent. Or alternatively, just forget about MOT this year and do the engine bay, do the engine, and then start on the paint work over winter. Obviously, it wouldn't be great painting it here in winter because it is quite cold, even though I've got a heater. So painting it in summer would be the best. So maybe I don't know. I kind of need other people's input on this, on what's best to do. So that's pretty much it. I'm not going to keep you here for ages. So that's kind of an update on the two project cars. I've been working on another project, which is a Yaris, which is pretty much done. I just need to fit an intake manifold, which I'm waiting for. And then that goes off for paint, and then I can give it to the person it's intended for. And yeah, and then hopefully I can go back to doing the proper videos with my action camera thingy, a bit of editing, and actually film more progress. There's a lot of stuff to be done on the S13. I'm also going to be doing a manual swap, but I've got all the parts for that. And I think that's it. So if you're not subscribed and you like seeing JDM projects and just car projects, car content, consider subscribing. Hit the like button just so I know that you do like the content, and it just kind of keeps, you know, YouTube algorithms working. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next video.